What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's Monday, January 12th. Now in today's dog video, I want to talk about a huge key resistance level that dog needs to break out of, and that is the 150 million market cap. Now, why is it important for dog to surpass this resistance level, and what will it mean when it does? So in this video, I want to explain to you, especially in the charting, why a daily candle close above the 150 million market cap is very important. But I wanted to go into the deeper dive within the old macro market of meme coins and also how dog has been progressing over the past weekend, because it seems like dog is trending higher than any other meme coin out there. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, dog is roughly around 145 million market cap, down 1.61% in the past 24 hours. Now, you may have noticed that over the past week, dog has faced a massive resistance level at around close to 150 million market cap, which I will talk about in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and go over to this trading view tab. I just want to show you that right now, dog is actually looking pretty good, meaning this 50-day moving average line is curving upwards, and also the dog price looks like it is going to be following the trend of the 50-day moving average. What do I mean by that? So if the green line, the 50-day, continues to curve upwards, that means the dog price suspended above that green line is actually very positive. So more the green line goes up and up and up, you should expect the price of dog to go up as well. Eventually, we want to see the 50-day cross over the 200-day, which is the orange line moving average. Once those two cross, that would be considered a golden cross, which we have not seen in quite some time, ever since last year before Kraken had announced spot trading. Now, when we fast forward over to the overall crypto market, Bitcoin still at around 90,000 or higher. Nothing's really gone up or down, but it is down 2.98% over the past 7 days. Now let's flip over to the meme coin sector. The meme coin sector is in red, majority 7 days, 24 hours, and even the hour. So meme coins look like they've actually taken a slight pullback. Now, when I scroll down, you may have noticed something. Dog actually really hasn't gone down too much, or hasn't gone up too much either over the past 7 days. When you look at a lot of the other meme coins, especially the blue chips, they're down massively, 6, 8, 11. We have even Pepe down 15%. Dog, and this is why I'm bringing this up, dog is actually decoupled away from this pullback quite significantly. I wouldn't really count Melania or this token, Boldon or Pippin, because they all have insider traded tokens, so a lot of their price has been manipulated. Dog, even though the trading volume over the past 24 hours is low, that's actually quite good, because the fact that all this trading volume that you're seeing right now, that's all organic trading volume. That's not with any artificial pumps from market makers on major exchanges. Just because we have Kraken removes all that artificial trading volume. In fact, if you remove all the artificial trading volume in many of these other coins, especially blue chips, you will probably see that almost very close to the exact same trading volume as what we're seeing with dog. So this is very promising for dog right now. Now let's look over to Canary Capital. I just want everybody, if you have time today, go over to their X page. They just posted this specific post that said, Canary Capital is back to work. Markets move, we build. And you can tell that they don't really have that many followers on their account, roughly 14,000. I have more followers than they do. And that means we have an advantage, because if you type in dog underneath their comment section, they'll most likely see it. So as you can see, we've already begun to kind of share our dog effect with them, and it's actually happening right now as we speak. But the reason that's important is because if you look at something like this, they made a post on January 8th, and it was about favorite Canary Capital ETFs. And you can tell that over 200 replies were from the dog community, and we hijacked the thread. This is what's very powerful about our community, is that our marketing budget is basically us. We do not pay for marketing. We don't have a marketing budget set aside. The marketing is us, the community, and it's actually more effective than actually having a marketing budget, because when you actually have a community, it's actually real user demand, not marketing budget to manipulate and artificially show that, oh, there's a lot of activity. And that's also what major corporations do, right? They have a marketing budget to make you think like, oh, you know, buy your favorite fast food burger, maybe buy your favorite car, everybody's buying it, when really it's not. The truth is, this is why Tesla is doing really well, because Tesla doesn't have to do all that marketing. They actually have people actually buying the cars and advocating for Tesla. That's why Tesla is now the superior electric vehicle around the world. Dog is the exact same way. We are the Tesla of meme coins, if that makes sense. Now let's fast forward to what happened over the weekend. As you know, Nikita Beer posted this, which is smart cash tag. So pretty soon on X, you'll be able to type in the ticker dog, and you should be able to see charting, and possibly in the near future, we could see that maybe X will be a financial platform. So not just like getting news and seeing price charts, but maybe you'll be able to trade crypto or stocks within the app. So maybe X is going to become a self-custodial and maybe a centralized exchange in some way. This would be very huge because, as you're aware, Dog, by the way, has the most engaging culture with this cash tag dog. So once Dog is available in the cash tag for X, since we've been dominating X and we're like the strongest community out there, you can imagine this is very bullish for Dog. So let's reflect on that. Killer tickers ended up showing the strength of Dog in the short-term time frames. This is regarding sentiment. Now, as you can see from this post, he's sharing with you the 4-hour, 2-hour, 1 hour, 15, 5, 3 minutes, 4-hour chart. So basically, what you're seeing here is that Dog's sentiment is becoming higher than any other meme coin, because all these other meme coins, even though they have a lot of tier 1 exchanges, their market cap and their trading volume is manipulated and artificial by the market makers. And also they have sometimes team allocations and insider allocations or VC backing. So there really is no community or interest in their tokens. And that's what makes Dog so interesting, is that there is actually a demand for it. And we also have an organic community to push it. Dog as the most decentralized coin in the long term will outlast all these short-term meme coin tokens, meaning the short term, they don't last that long. They may pump for a little bit, but in the long run, they don't last that long. That's why Dog is amazing. And so you're seeing like crypto channels like over in China. We have this person from Bitcoin TV China, and he made a video, which I'm going to post a link on the upper right hand side so you can see it on YouTube. You may not see it on X. You can find this post on my X page if you feel like it. But he talks about how this is one of his top 2 picks of 2026. This and some other coin called Giggles. But he does a great job explaining what Dog is, why he's interested in it, and why the upside for Dog can be very positive, especially if Bitcoin goes up, because it's pretty much asymmetric. So he's taken the Dog pill, he understands the Dog effect, and he understands the Dog meme coin on Bitcoin. Now let's get into charting. Now we also have killer tickers. Again, noticing something is that the Dog price is now above the 100-day moving average that apparently we haven't seen since April of 2025, which was back over here. So right now you can see that the Dog price is hovering above the yellow line, which apparently is the 100-day moving average. But let's dive deeper into that just a little bit more. Now, these are the other moving averages. The Dog price within the 20-day and 50-day moving average just saw a golden cross. Now, this is a short-term golden cross. This isn't like an official golden cross because the moving averaging days are shorter. I usually like to focus on a 50-day and 200-day. Whenever we see a golden cross there, that's an actual golden cross. But here it does kind of hint to you that this is a reversal of sentiment, reversal of momentum, of emotion, but also consumers, us, the traders. So that means we're now flipping more bullish on Dog, not bearish anymore. And we haven't seen this since August of 2025 when we saw a death cross and we started trending downwards. Throughout all that time, we never saw a golden cross, and now it has occurred. And as you can see down here at the very bottom of the image, you can see that whenever we hit a local bottom, meaning an all-time low at that time, and then we see a golden cross, we see a massive run-up in Dog's price. That can roughly range between like 15 days, even up to 30 days. So you can see it right over here, local bottom, we have the golden cross, price goes up. Same thing over here, local bottom, golden cross, price goes up. What do you think is going to happen now? Local bottom, golden cross, then exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Now I want to kind of conclude it with talking about why it's very important for Dog to surpass the 150 million resistance level. Now, what are we seeing here specifically on the chart? Well, you can see that this green line, which is the 150-day moving average, that's a resistance level. And what have you noticed? It looks like Dog has hit this specific resistance level quite a few times. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, why do we have 7 bounces off of that 150 million resistance level? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. Well, it's because market makers right now want to keep the price down. So what will happen when the dog price surpasses the 150 million market cap? And what happens if we have a daily close candle above the 150 million market cap? Well, if retail or whales can help the dog price go above the 150 million market cap, market makers have no choice but to close a daily candle above the 150 million market cap. And what does that mean? That means once that does happen, dog price is going to head to 164 million market cap quite quickly, and most likely head straight to 200 million market cap. Simple as that. And the reason I'm paying attention to this is because if you look at this yellow trend line, it follows what's happening within the MACD with this yellow trend line right now. Because as you see, dog is now in the buyer's market. But I want you also to notice something else. Look at the yellow line in the RSI. It's gotten a lot higher. It's almost getting close to the peak right over here. Now, it doesn't mean that dog will stop pumping once it hits that specific moment. So here's an example. You see that the yellow line back over here in September of 2024 kept pumping. We met a top, but where was that price of dog? It was roughly around here. Even though you see that the dog price kept going up, you saw the dog price here. So what happened was that yellow trend line met a top and it needed to pull back and reset. So you saw that happening with the dog price. It took a dip, even though we're still on a higher low, meaning we aren't down here. We just formed a higher low. And then that yellow line curved right back up to set a new all-time high record. Same thing over here. Even though the dog price of the yellow line in the RSI topped around here, it did not mean it actually topped in the dog price. Then we went right back down, right over here in that pullback, which is what you see here. That's another higher low. And then that dog price going up just a little bit. And that's why we formed a lower high on the dog price. So right now, there is some time for this yellow line to kind of peak right around here. That could take the dog price roughly to around 165 million market cap. Or there is a possibility that if retail and whales bring the dog price above 150 million market cap and we get to 160, there is a possibility that the market makers decide, you know what? We want to keep pumping this price up because all the other meme coins aren't really doing that well and dog's the only one that's doing well. Let's capitalize on dog's awareness and mind share and its propulsion to the upside that we're going to actually help pump the token even more. Remember, market makers aren't exactly always bad. Market makers can also be very good for a dog price. And these market makers mainly could just be bots. So bots could just see this and say, let's just keep pumping this thing until it heads to the moon. So this is what I'm seeing in the charting, and this is what I want to share with you, why 150 million market cap is an important resistance level to break through and have a daily candle close above that. So as you're aware, I'm very bullish on dog. You just understood why the 150 million market cap is absolutely necessary. But everything about dog is absolutely very bullish. You can see that it's the most interesting meme coin out there by far. Everything else is down 7 days, 24 hours. Dog still sustains itself because of what we have right now. And I think people are starting to pay attention, as you saw from people over in China seeing this. So let me know your thoughts down below, what you think could happen to dog's price. Could we break past 150 million by the end of this week? Because if we do, it would be absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates. We're in Dog on the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.